Hey, what's up guys, it's Yeti here. Welcome to my Breach guide. I didn't do Breach enough justice on the tier list because I put him way lower than he should be, and I was instantly proven wrong by how strong he actually is. He's insanely strong while being played by a good player because his CC can be used to demolish an entire team. I can see him being used mostly as a support in pro play, focusing on CCing and flashing the enemy team, but in solo queue, you can actually play him quite aggressively and frag out. Anyways, let's get into his abilities. His first ability is called Aftershock. Equip a fusion charge. Fire the charge to set a slow-acting burst through the wall. The burst does heavy damage to anyone caught in its area. It costs 100 round, and you can buy one of this per round. It's pretty good. It's pretty decent. I got quite a few kills with it, but to be completely fair, this is something that is going to be giving you kills when either they're planting or they're CC'd. Every player who's not busy either, being stunned or busy doing some other activity will be able to run away easily, especially because many characters have some sort of movement abilities. His second ability is called Flashpoint. Equip a blind charge. Fire the charge to set a fast-acting burst through the wall. The charge detonates to blind all the players looking at it. When they're flashed, you will see a white marker on their head. It's pretty clear, you can see it for enemies and for allies. It's very similar to flashes in Counter-Strike Go or Rainbow Six Siege, so anyone who has actually played tactical shooters before will be very aware of how this works. As I said earlier, this is a very fast, active ability. Whenever you flash, it really takes a small amount of time to, hit the enemies. This is why, in my opinion, it's good to have a teammate with you whenever you're playing Breach, because you're gonna flash, you will not have time to pull out your gun and clear them out, especially because you have to do it through a wall. It's not like Phoenix's flash, which you basically throw, you can throw it point blank at them. This needs a wall to be activated through. His signature ability is called Fault Line, and it's on a 35-second cooldown. By the way, I love abilities on cooldowns. They're really fun to use. Equip a blast, hold fire to increase the distance, release to set off the quake, dazing all players in its zone and in a line up to the zone. By the way, the longer you hold does not make the stun last longer. It only makes the line longer. So if somebody is close or if you know where the players are, no need to overextend the line. This is a signature ability. That means you get one for free every round, and it's on cooldown, so you should spam this as much as possible. If you don't know where players are, you should probably be using this ability mostly just because of the fact that it's already a stun, almost as good as a flash, if not better, and you're not using any money or any resources that are, can be carried over to the next round. When the enemies are stunned, they have a yellow marker, unlike when they're flashed, they have a white one. But for the player being stunned, what it does to them is it slows down the rate of fire and makes their vision blurry, kind of becomes washed out in double vision. His ultimate is called Roiling Thunder. Equip a charge, fire to send a cascading quake through all terrain in a large cone. The quake dazes and knocks up anyone caught in it. When you use your ultimate, they get the same stun applied with the yellow marker on their head as when they're stunned with your signature ability. But that's not the only thing it does. This ability actually knocks them up in air and sends them flying. So you will hear the enemies land on the floor. So not only will you be disabling them, but you're also going to be getting some sort of audio clues about where they are. And in general, you could use this to check areas where if you're not sure that players are there, you will hear the stun hit them. It's a very strong ability, one of the most insane things I've ever seen in Valorant. This can not only outplay people, this will shut down even experienced players because dodging it is almost impossible. This ability starts off very small, but it extends in a cone the longer it goes on for, and at max distance, you're going to be stunning everyone. There's no way they're getting out of there. So who would I recommend this character to? I would recommend him to all the players that have good awareness of maps, good knowledge. They can hear people very well, because obviously if you hear where they're coming from, you can pre-flash, pre-stun, stuff like that. I think he's also really good in players who have played characters like Sage in the past and are used to being 1 or 2 steps more behind. I wouldn't say he's an entry fragger just because of the idea that after you deploy your flash, you need to pull out your gun and start running, so you won't really be there in time. Definitely a support player. Not really entry fragger, but still very, very good character all around the board. How high would I rate him? I think I gave him a D or something like that when I was putting him on the tier list. I want to change and put him at least on A. He's very, very strong and he's very, very good. And I think in the near future, he might even get nerfed a little bit because in a good player's hands, you are demolishing the enemy team. And there's no way to really counter him because he can do it all from cover. And that's the massive thing that in Valorant many characters can do that you can't really do in Counter-Strike. There's no real way to secure stuff like that, stuns, flashes, information without risking your life in Counter-Strike. But in this game, you can do it with characters like Breach, for example. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my guide for Breach. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Later, boys.